Hey guys, welcome back. And this is this week's card pull. I'm Joanne Moore, and this is Expanding Joy. So we have the cards this week. So we have A, B, and C. A, B, C. Take a breath. Allow yourself to kind of tune in what one feels right for you. And maybe you're between two because they feel really similar this week. I asked for today is a beautiful day. I just spent some time on the deck. I'm like a little bit sunned. And so I asked for light. I wanted light. So we'll see what we got. Okay, so we're going to start off with card A. And card A is from the Spellcasting deck. Love this deck. It's so nice. Okay, so Spellcasting. Ooh, okay. Good start. Sorry about the sun glare. So the first one is freedom. Isn't that gorgeous? Hmm. Okay, let's see what Sam has to say about freedom. Yes, yes, dear ones, we are so pleased that you have joined us here again today, and we want to invite you into this feeling, not simply the word, but the essence, the vibration, the frequency of the word freedom. Yes. And what first pops up, what occurs in your system around freedom? Perhaps for some of you, it is a feeling of expansiveness. Perhaps for some of you, it is a feeling of lack. It is one word, but with different perspectives. It is experienced in many different ways. But we would like to invite you to mm, perhaps start your inquiry into the word freedom this week around freedom from self. Yes, yes. For you cannot create freedom outside of yourself until you create some freedom within yourself. And so, rather, we invite you to start here at the beginning, at where freedom, and your perception and interpretation of it is created for you. For there are many. Definitions of freedom out in the world, around the world, but rather your particular one is the most important to you. For you are the center of your universe. You are the center of your creations. You are the center of your lived experience. And in any word, we ask that you begin here. Yes, with you, with yourself. So Hmm. We would invite this to be a week-long exploration of freedom from self. What is it that you would like to gain freedom from yourself? Perhaps it is old ways of thinking. Perhaps it is repeated patterns that are of no service to you anymore, but feel more like they are dragging you down or holding you back. Perhaps it is freedom from self-judgment. Yes, this is a big one. Perhaps it is the freedom to dream without the afterthought. Yes, you know, that afterthought, much like an aftertaste, is clearly there to interrupt the dream. But yes, the freedom to dream without that afterthought, without the, oh, but that would be nice. But, yes, forget the but. Freedom. What does freedom from self feel like this week? This is our invitation to explore. For the more you explore that which you perceive as heavy or weighted or outdated in your own thinking, your own perception, your own beliefs, your own identity, the more you are aware of this, the freer you become. And then the experience of freedom outside of you is possible. But if you forge ahead and try to change the circumstances before changing freedom with self, you will get nowhere and your wheels will be spinning. So we invite you to explore freedom from self first, for this is your access point to freedom externally. Yes, that was cool. I like that. The image was like every time I tried to change something outside, like try and move something, like it was almost like clay. Everything around me was clay, and it was molded into chairs and people and all that. And every time I tried to move it, it was like, well, no, just look at self, mirror, mirror. Yeah. Anyways, okay, like that one. Okay, so now we have card B, and if you may be familiar, if you've been here before, this card is from the Divine Energy Oracle from Sonia Choquette. I love this one because it's always straightforward. Oh, okay. Tune out distractions. Hmm. Love that. Okay. Oh, yes, dear ones. For if you have chosen this card, you may have found your mind, as she calls it, the hamster wheel, spinning very quickly lately. Yes, yes, there are many, many, many distractions. But we would invite you to, before dismissing a distraction, have a pause, have a feel. How does this feel? How does this distraction feel? What is it that motivated me to engage with this distraction? Am I avoiding something, perhaps? And that is usually the word that you use for distraction. It is something that takes your attention away from somewhere you, as you would judge it, ought to be or should be. For if you are doing something that engages you so deeply, then you do not find yourself distracted, do you? For you are in alignment with your higher self. Yes. So perhaps the question to be asked is really, what was I doing where I found myself distracted? And is that thing in alignment with my higher self or not? For it could be the essence of the distraction was to pull you away from something that was not in alignment, to take your attention and energy away from that thing so that you may have an epiphany of something else. And perhaps it is fear that has distracted you, that perhaps it is something you desire. Perhaps it is writing a book, this one. Perhaps it is engaging with new clients or a new activity or whatever. But the questioning of the distraction, both how it began and what propelled you to be distracted, is an interesting query. Yes, yes. For sometimes it will be an honest, you know what? This does not feel in line. I was doing something that feels out of alignment, and therefore my higher self was distracting me with something else. If you find yourself distracted in that case, then put in a request to your higher self to distract you with things that are helpful or nurturing or feel yummy so that they realign you with your higher self. Yes, choose distractions that feel wonderful. And those distractions will get you realigned, and you can have the aha or epiphany or realization that the thing you were trying to do in the first place is out of alignment. And rather than pushing forward with that, ask what else, what other opportunity is here for me to embark on? Is there a different route I may take action with that will be more beneficial? Yes, yes. And if you notice in the query of what am I distracting myself from, you find that the answer is actually fear, then have a little pep talk with yourself. Find out if the fear is aligned or disaligned. Is it coming up as an unfounded fear? For you do have the skills and the potential and the probability of doing what it is you are being distracted from. Or is it fear as in, I really actually do not have all the skill set yet, so I may move forward with a different action. And of course, that would fall in line with the this action I was trying to do is out of alignment. So, what is the catalyst for the distraction? That is the question that is most engaging. That is the question where you may find an aha or enlightenment and more empowerment rather than the frivolous distractions with no query. And in the process, do not judge yourself, but have grace for yourself that you are human. And humans are distracted easily. We know, we know. Simply notice, ask an enlightening question or two, and then move on. And if you have chosen that this is not a distraction, but instead this is simply an activity, then move on with that too. For sometimes you have judged it to be a distraction rather than simply, I desire to sit and read. Yes. So if that is the case, allow yourself some space to do what it is you desire to do and stop judging it as a distraction. This was a somewhat twisted conversation, we may say, one that looped around a little bit. But we hope if you need to, you will replay and listen again, for we find that there is the possibility and probability for many ahas to come from this card today. If you will engage in the questioning of and bringing awareness to what your distraction is stemming from. Mhm. Okay, that was cool. I like that. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, all that strong water. Okay, card C. Ooh, look at this one. Abundance. Mm. I am told not to even read the bottom. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, dear ones, yes. We are this week shining lights, big spotlights. We are inviting you to question. Yes, curiosity is a propel forward in your momentum. Uh, as you have curiosity and engage with it and seek out answers in what we have told as living questions, then the faster you move forward from your perspective, the more momentum you gain in a direction that you wish to go. And abundance is, oh, yes, for most of you, well, we would say all of you, a direction you wish to go. And this week, we invite you, oh, yes, and this one is in this eternal learning of this and finding new layers and nuances to it. But we invite you this week around abundance to be in the awareness of that which you have and shift your focus away from that which you do not have. This is the biggest single shift in momentum that you can make around the topic of abundance and money and wealth and health and time and joy, the abundance of everything, not simply money, no, but abundance of life, abundance of everything that you desire and things you cannot yet even think of. The one shift to bring your focus, as cliche and overused as it sounds, but bring your gratitude into focusing on that which you have, shifting away from that which you do not have. That is the first step, for you cannot do enough to create abundance if you are focused on what you do not have. You cannot. You can have a to-do list a mile long. You can learn and have degrees and certificates and accolades. And yet, if you are focused on that which you do not have, that is what will continue. And you will be searching for more and more information, confirmation, guidance, when the whole time the first step is simply to be in alignment with that which you have. Because you cannot think of something that you have and in that moment also be thinking of something you do not. You cannot be in gratitude and lack at the same time. One will take the center stage. And it takes practice, for your society has groomed you to simply and always be on the lookout for that which you do not have, or that which you have that is wrong. Somehow your car is lacking. Somehow your deodorant doesn't work. Somehow something is gone awry with everything. But that is not true. For simply today, as this one sat for a good 2 hours or more in the sunshine, that is something that she has. The sun and the breeze, the sounds of the birds, the faint rolling of waves in the distance. That is something to focus on that is available, present in the moment. And when you are focused on that, anything else disappears. The lack of things does not come up in the moment of appreciating the sun. And she did not need to do more than step outside to be in the presence of, to be in the experience of that which she has. So we invite you each day this week, for there seems to be a theme of a week-long inquiry. Yes. Yes, inquiry, awareness, curiosity. This is your access point to your higher self and oh, so much more. So if you have picked this card for the week, then your inquiry this week is, what is it that I have in abundance? What is expressing itself in the now, in this moment? Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not this morning, not tonight, but in this moment, what is there an abundance of? Perhaps it is clean air. Perhaps it is, oh, clean clothes. And then see what happens to everything else. For it is all connected. And your pushing and striving and doingness gets you nowhere. But oh, sitting for an hour in the sun in complete and total appreciation will get you much farther. Thank you, dear ones, for allowing us to have this conversation, for engaging with us. And once again, we love you oh so much. You are never, ever alone. Alrighty then. That was cool. I like that. They just kept like literally, I felt like my face was being turned every time I would think, but I don't have. Look over here. So there are the queries or inquiries for the week. Be sure to leave a comment, any ahas and insights or whatever. Share with this community because the more you share, that will spark for somebody else. This is all we light fires. It's like one match lights the next, lights the next, like lights the next. So the more you share, the more you engage, the more insights are available. Okay, mwah, we love you. We will see you soon.